Hey guys, welcome back in my channel in JT1 Hour. And now, in this video, I'm going to be doing a Pokemon challenge video. And the challenge is, can I beat Pokemon Omega Ruby with Eeveelutions? This video actually took me a very long time to make, so it would be nice if you would smash that like button and subscribe to my channel, as I do loads of contents like this, maybe in the future. So you guys have probably know that Eevee has 8 different evolutions, which makes it the evolution Pokemon. And I am going to attempt to beat the game with only those Eeveelutions. Okay, so Eeveelutions consist of Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Umbreon, Espeon, Glaceon, Leafeon, and Sylveon. So, since you cannot actually use 8 different Pokemons in your party, I'm going to use only 6 of the Eeveelutions. And the Eeveelutions that I'm going to be using are Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Umbreon, Glaceon, and Sylveon. That which means I have to remove Espeon and Leafeon, and I'm really sorry for the fans of Leafeon and Espeon. I am really sorry to say. And this Eeveelution challenge is also based on the Eeveelution Squad comic, and you guys better check it out in the link in the description. Now let's run through the rules. I can only use these Eeveelutions in battle. I cannot use any items in battle except for held items. And I cannot use any glitches or exploits to progress through the game. So I begin the challenge by naming myself JT Eevee because we're going to do an Eeveelution challenge. After riding at the back of a truck, we finally arrived in Little Roots town. Then my mom decides to show up and asks me to check my room upstairs. Our room is pretty neat and tidy, but we are not here to do that. We are here to fix the clock because it's apparently broken. Then my mom asked me to watch the television to see my father, but we missed the show. My mom then asked me to see Professor Birch, who lives next door. I didn't find Professor Birch there, but I found myself a new friend named May. But May left after that. Then I saw Professor Birch being chased by a Poochyena. I picked Torchic as my starter Pokemon, so May will get Mudkip herself. I beat the Poochyena easily with 2 embers. Then Professor Birch asked me to go to his lab and gave me the Torchic that I just picked. Then we went to Route 103 to battle May for the first time. I just spammed Scratch all the way through and beat May. It's now time to go to Route 101 and catch myself 6 of the Eeveelutions. First I caught a Jolteon and named her Speedy. Next I caught a Flareon and I named him Flare. Next, I caught a Glaceon and named him Lazuli. Next, I caught a Sylveon and I did not name him because I realized that the Eeveelution Squad's gender is different than some of my Eeveelutions. So it's time to start all over again. The first Eeveelution I encountered this time is Umbreon and I named him Black. The second Eeveelution I encountered is Jolteon and I named him Speedy. The third Eeveelution I encountered is Glaceon and I named her Lazuli. The fourth Eeveelution I encountered is Vaporeon and I named her Crystal. And finally, after 2 hours of searching, I encountered a female Sylveon and named her Sylvia. After I got all the Eeveelutions, I rushed through Route 102 and made it to Petalburg City. In Petalburg City, I met my father, who is a gym leader, and I taught Wally on how to catch a Pokemon. After that, we went back to the gym, and my father told me to challenge Roxanne, the Rustboro City gym leader, and the other gyms first. And of course I obeyed my father and rushed through Route 104. And we arrived at the Petalburg Woods. In the Petalburg Woods, we have our first battle against Team Magma Grunt. The Team Magma Grunt sends out a Poochyena first, so I switched to Sylvia to take care of this. The Poochyena used Howl in the first turn, raising its attack stat, so I used Disarming Voice and takes it all the way to red health. One more disarming voice is needed to beat this Poochyena. The scientist rewards me with an EXP share, which I will be using till the end of the game. After rushing through Paleberg Woods, we finally made it out. And in one of the trainer battles, Lazuli learned Icy Wind, which will be very useful for the gym. And after that, we finally arrived in Rustboro City. It's finally the time to take on the gym. It's gym leader time and I sent out Crystal first against Roxanne's Geodude. I used Water Gun on my first turn, which leads to a potion. This is not hit all the way, so one more Water Gun takes out the Geodude. Next is her Nose Pass, and Water Gun takes it to half health. Nose Pass used Rock Tomb, which Crystal tanked really well, and Nose Pass falls to one more Water Gun. And there's the Stone Badge. In Rustboro City, Team Magma stole something from the scientist. Okay, so it's time to retrieve whatever Team Magma stole from the scientist. There's also a man that lost his Pico and was captured by Team Magma. Now I have 2 missions. Nice. Now it's time to go through Rustrough Tunnel. And look who we found in Rustrough Tunnel. It's Team Magma. Guys, it's time to battle. Poochyena was sent out and got one-shot by Fairy Wind. We finally retrieved Pico and the Devon parts to the right owner. After we finished our mission, we went to the old man's house and told him that I need to go to Dewford Town. After arriving in Dewford Town, I immediately went to the gym. It is now time to take on the second gym. Brawly sends out his matchup first and I sent in Sylvia. One Fairy Wind destroys Brawly's matchup and Makuhita is sent in next. Apparently, one Fairy Wind isn't enough to take out the Makuhita, which leads to a Super Potion. I use this Arming Voice because it can't miss and takes it all the way to red health again. I tried to use Quick Attack over and over again, but Makuhita keeps on avoiding it. Makuhita attacks back with Arm Thrust, which does nothing to Sylvia, and one final Quick Attack destroys the Makuhita. After that, we deliver a letter to Steven Stone. After we delivered the letter to Steven Stone, I went back to Route 104 because I have bad sense of direction. Knowing that I'm wrong, I immediately go back to the old man's house and told him that I need to go to Route 109. After rushing through Route 109, I finally made it to Slateport City. Then I went to the harbor in Slateport City and Doc told me that Captain Stern is in the Oceanic Museum. After that, I went to the Oceanic Museum in Slateport City to deliver the Devon parts to Captain Stern. Team Magma wants to steal the Devon parts and of course we jump into a battle with the Team Magma Grunts. Team Magma Grunt sends out Numel and I one-shot it using Crystal's Water Gun. It's time to battle the second Team Magma Grunt. In this battle, I need to switch to Speedy, which obviously means that Zubat is faster and hits the Supersonic. Speedy manages to land a Thunder Shock, which one-shots the Zubat. The next Pokemon is Numel, which we one-shot using Water Gun. Their boss actually came to the Oceanic Museum and come to congratulate me of winning against the Team Magma Grunts. Actually no, he seems to be mad at me. Moving on to Lysia's interview, I guess, and she picked me for no reason. I obviously rejects and went onwards to Route 110. Next, I ran into May in Route 110 and we went into a battle. Not gonna lie, this is probably one of the hardest battles in the game so far. The first Pokemon May sends out is Shroomish, which is 2 levels higher than Flare. I used Ember the first turn that did loads of damage and the second one is needed to take out the Shroomish. Thinking that Marshtomp is a pure water type, I switched to Speedy and used Thunder Shock, which obviously didn't affect and Marshtomp destroys Speedy with 2 Mud Shots. Then I switched to Crystal and I used Water Gun the first turn, which did hardly any damage. Marshtomp then used Mud Shot to lower my speed and the next Mud Slap decreases Crystal's accuracy and obviously Marshtomp avoided the Water Gun. I tried using Water Gun over and over again, but Marshtomp keep on using Mud Slap, which decreases my accuracy every single turn. I tried using Quick Attack and it lands, dealing no damage to Marshtomp, and 2 more Mud Slaps take out Crystal. It's time for Sylvia to shine since I don't have anything effective on Marshtomp. I used Fairy Wind the first turn and the second that did hardly any damage. I basically spam Fairy Wind till Marshtomp actually faints. I just spam Fairy Wind the whole battle against Slugma and actually won. May heals my Pokemons, or Eeveelutions as I would say, and gave me a dowsing machine. Then she left using her bike. Then I rushed through Route 110 and made it to Malva City. The first thing I do in Malva City is to check the bike store and got my own bike. Then we went straight to the gym, but of course Wally wants to battle. He sends out his one and only Ralts and I sent in Flare and 2 bites take out the Ralts. Then we got HM Rock Smash from Wally's uncle and taught it to Flare. Then we head straight to the gym. The first Pokemon Watson sends out is his Magnemite and I send in Flare. Since Flare is paralyzed, of course Magnemite goes first and use Volt Switch on Flare. Voltorb is sent in and I choose Lazuli to fight against Voltorb. Then he used Volt Switch from Voltorb and another Volt Switch from Magneton, which Lazuli did not tank very well. I used 2 Icy Winds against Magnemite and Magnemite destroys Lazuli with another Volt Switch. Watson sends out Magneton and 1 Ember takes it all the way to red health, which leads to a Super Potion. 1 Rock Smash and 1 Ember finally takes out Magneton. Flare learned Fire Fang, which is powerful and destroys Voltorb in just 1 hit. Magnemite is sent in and I sent out Crystal just because I knew this battle is already over, and 1 Quick Attack and 1 Moral Pulse takes out Magnemite. There is the Dynamo badge. I actually forgot to record, but we finally made it to Route 113 and meet May once again. May healed my Pokemon, which I do not expect her to do, and she wanted to meet Professor Cosmo, and so we are going to visit him. I rushed through Route 113 and made it to Falabor Town. Apparently, Professor Cosmo got abducted by Team Magma, so we'll rescue him, I guess. So I rushed through Route 114 and made it to Meteor Falls. At Meteor Falls, I met 2 Team Magma grunts and admin, and they challenged me and May to a battle. On my first turn, I used Aurora Beam to Coughing, which did loads of damage. The next turn, my Tiana decides to use Swagger on Crystal and Coughing used Sludge on Shroomish. And of course Crystal hits herself in confusion the next turn. I switched to Sylvia the next turn knowing Crystal would hit herself in confusion again. Team Magma is an idiot and uses Self-Destruct the next turn, leading Coughing to its death. 1 Draining Kiss and we took out my Tiana. Next, Team Magma sends out Numel and a Draining Kiss did neutral damage, but a Lava Plume causes Marshtomp to get burned. 2 Draining Kisses and 1 Mud Bomb wins us the battle. Then, Team Aqua decides to show up, and Team Magma tries to threaten the Professor by pushing him to the waterfall. Of course it failed, and we bring the Professor back to his house. Then, we went back to Mobile City. We finally can use the cable car, and we've arrived in Mount Chimney. I rushed through Mount Chimney, and look who's here. Looks like the Team Magma admin is angry. I guess it's time to battle? 1 Aurora Beam and 1 Water Pulse takes out Coffee easy, and we don't have to say anything for Nemo. Looks like we have to battle the boss as well. He sends out my Tiana first, and of course the my Tiana has Swagger, but Crystal is able to fight through its confusion and lands the Water Pulse, and my Tiana is taken out. Crystal learned Acid Armor, which I obviously allowed to teach it, and forget Water Gun. He sends out Cramorant, and of course Crystal hits herself in confusion the next turn. Attacking back with Earth Power did nothing, and 1 Water Pulse takes out Cramorant. And 2 more Thunderfangs takes out Golbat, and we defeated Leader Maxie. I rushed through Jade Pass, and we finally made it to Labyrinth Town. It's now the time to take on the Fire Gym. Flannery sends out Slugma, and I obviously lead with Crystal. I used Aqua Ring the first turn and used Acid Armor the second turn. A Water Pulse takes Slugma all the way almost to red health, and of course Flannery used Hyper Potion. A lucky critical hit Water Pulse takes out Slugma easy. I used Acid Armor the next turn, and being attacked back with Earth Power does nothing, and Crystal healed by the Whale of Water. One Water Pulse takes out Pneumo. Torkoal is next and gets absolutely destroyed by one Water Pulse. And we beat in the gym. There is the Heat Badge. Then, May decides to show up and bring me to the Petalburg City. Before challenging the gym, I went to the Pokemon Center. Then I head straight to the gym. My dad sends out Slacking and I sent out Flare. I used Rock Smash the first turn, and of course Flare is outsped and a Retaliate does so much damage. 2 Rock Smash took Slacking to around half health, and Flare is destroyed the next turn. I sent in Speedy the next turn and used Double Kick on the first turn. Norman has some other plans and used a Hyper Potion on Slacking. 2 Double Kicks took it under half health. Slacking used Yawn, which annoys me, and Speedy is asleep the next turn. After one Retaliate, luckily Speedy woke up and a Double Kick takes out Norman's first Pokemon. Vigoroth is up next and a Double Kick takes it over 50% health. Big Dum Dum Norman used Encore the next turn and one Double Kick takes Vigoroth to red health. A Retaliate from Vigoroth does some good damage, and the second Double Kick is needed to take out Vigoroth. Speedy used Double Kick next turn, which did nothing to Slacking and gets taken out by one chip away. I sent in Lassie the next turn, and an Icy Wind actually did more damage than Double Kick and decreases Slacking's speed. I just spam Icy Wind the whole battle and we finally beat Norman. There's the Balance Badge. Wally decides to show up, and his uncle actually gave me a HM Surf, which will be very useful for the whole game. We are back in Mauville City, and Wally told me to go to Route 118 to get to the next town. While rushing through Route 118, we met Steven for one more time. Then Latias came and asked me and Steven to go to Southern Island. In the Southern Island, we met Latios and some Team Magma grunts. I guess it's time for another battle. Team Magma Grunt sends out Cramrat and Coughing, while I sent in Speedy and Steven sent out Matang. Obviously I have to switch to Crystal, and one Surf washes both Cramrat and Coughing in just one hit, and we beaten Team Magma once more. Then Latios wants to join my party. I guess we could use Latios just for once, right? Nope, straight in the box you go. I rushed through Route 118 and Route 119 and finally made it to the Weather Institute, where we have to deal with Team Magma again. And it's time to teach Team Magma admin a lesson once again. Cramorant is sent in and one Surf washes Cramorant, and we beaten Team Magma once more. After that, I went out to go to Fort Tree City, and May shows up and wants to battle me. May sends out Shroomish and I sent in Lassie, and one Icy Wind destroys in one hit. Slugma is next and one Surf takes it out in one hit. Marshtomp is sent in next and I choose Sylvia, and 2 Fairy Winds takes it out. May gives us HM Fly and we finally made it to Fort Tree City. I healed all my Eeveelutions or Pokemons, and I can't really challenge the gym yet just because there's a Kecleon blocking the way. So I guess I'll have to search for a Devon Scope then. I met Steven again and he's asking me to a battle. Not gonna lie, I am slightly nervous when Steven said that. But he's not here to battle apparently. He is here to give me the Devon Scope. Now I can challenge the gym. It's gym leader time, and since it's a flying type gym, Speedy and Lassie will be the MVP for this gym. The first Pokemon she sends out is Swellow, and I sent in Speedy, which I switched to Lassie. Swellow used Double Team first, and one Icy Wind takes out Swellow. Next is Skarmory. I used Fire Fang first, and attacking back with Aerial Ace did decent damage, and a Fire Spin takes out Skarmory. Altaria is next, and one Moonblast takes it out in one hit. Pelipper is next, and a 4x super effective Thunder Fang takes out Pelipper. There's the Feather Badge. Then I head back to the Pokemon Center to heal. After that, I rushed through Route 120 and made it to Route 121. It's time to continue and made it to Lily Cove City. I healed all my Pokemons first and May decides to show up and battle me once again. Swallow is our first Pokemon and one discharge takes it down easy. Swampert is up next and I don't have anything effective on it, so I just spam surf all the way through and beat Swampert. Magcargo is up next and one surf takes it down easy. Last of our Pokemon is Breloom. I switch to Flare and a Fire Spin does a good amount of damage. Breloom keeps on attacking back with Mach Punch, which does a good amount of damage to Flare, and one more Fire Spin is needed to take it out. I healed my Pokemon and rushed through Route 121 and 122 and made it to Mount Pier. Mount Pier is actually quite a scary place. It's like Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town. The reason I went to Mount Pier is to stop Team Magma again. But first of all, I'd have to find a TM for Shadow Ball, which would be very useful to fight the champion. Then I rushed through Mount Pier and made it to the very top. I beat all the Team Magma grunts easy and the boss said he doesn't want to battle here, so I battled the admin instead. The admin sends out a Cramorant, which gets completely destroyed by one hit using Surf. The old woman and man entrusted me with the red orb and I rushed through Mount Pier, Route 122 and Route 121 and made it back to Lily Cove City. I went back to the Pokemon Center and taught Latios fly just to be able to go to Slateport City. After I arrived in Slateport City, I immediately put Latios back in the box. Sorry Latios. I immediately went to the harbor and Captain Stern was there. Team Magma stole a submarine from Captain Stern, so I guess we have to retrieve the submarine. And there goes the submarine, I guess. We immediately got into a battle with the Team Magma and we beat their Pokemon with ease. Captain Stern then asked me to get the submarine back and of course I obeyed since Team Magma is evil, I guess, and he took me back to Lily Cove. Then I rushed through Lily Cove City and made it to their hideout. There are a lot of Team Magma grunts and I'm not going to explain how my battle go one by one, otherwise this video will be 1 hour long. After I beat all the Team Magma grunts, I finally found the submarine. There are actually 5 Team Magma grunts and I guess I'll have to battle for the submarine. All of them sends out one species of Pokemon, which is Poochyena, and got absolutely destroyed by one Surf from Crystal. I guess I'm just too strong for them. I saw the Team Magma admin and I guess we have to battle again. She sends out Cramorant and I sent in Crystal. It's lucky that Cramorant avoided the attack, but Muddy Water hits the next turn and takes down Cramorant easy. Then she told me that their leader is going to Seafloor Caverns. So I rushed through their hideout to Route 124 and made it to Moss Deep City. There's a gym in Moss Deep City, so I stopped by to challenge the gym leader. It's gym leader time and apparently it's a double battle, so I sent in Black and Crystal while the gym leader sends out Lunatone and Solrock. This gym was quite easy as Crystal lands a crit on Solrock using the Muddy Water and kills it, and Black used Shadow Ball to knock out Lunatone easy. After I went out of the gym, I heard a very loud explosion from Route 128. Steven then told me to come to his place in Moss Deep City. Steven then told me it has something to do with an ancient Pokemon. Must be Groudon then, right? Steven then gave me HM Dive, which will be very useful from here on out. Knowing this, I immediately go to the Pokemon Center to heal my Pokemon. Then I rushed through Route 127, Route 128, and made it to Seafloor Caverns. Then I rushed through Seafloor Caverns while battling some Team Magma grunts and I saw the leader of Team Magma and the leader of Team Aqua. Maxie is saying that he is going to summon Groudon, the legendary Pokemon, and we went into battle mode. Maxie sends out Mightyena and I switched to Sylvia and used a Moonblast which KOs Mightyena. Weezing is next and I have nothing effective against it, so I sent in Black. One feint attack does decent damage and Big Dum Dum Maxie uses Explosion the next turn, destroying his own Weezing. Crobat is next and one discharge takes it out in one hit. Then he sends out Cramorant, which can Mega Evolve, but Crystal doesn't care and one dive takes it out. Maxie still wants to revive Groudon and suddenly Team Magma admin shows up and told Maxie not to. Of course Maxie declines it and he actually revived Groudon. Groudon is now awakened and Maxie finally realized that awakening Groudon was a bad idea. I guess we have to save the world again. They brought me out and the whole region is now really hot. They asked me to go to Sootopolis City, home to the lost gym. I saw Steven flying and Steven also asked me to go to Sootopolis City. I am now back to Moss Deep City to heal my Pokemon, and after that, I continue my way to Sootopolis City. I rushed through Route 126 and made it to Sootopolis. Took me a while to figure out where Steven and the Sootopolis gym leader is, but I found them. Wallace then told me to follow him, and of course I obeyed, and I found Maxie, Team Magma admin, and the leader of Team Aqua. Team Magma admin then gave me a magma suit. Then May decides to show up and told me that I need to do my best and hoping that I'll be okay. Of course I took her word seriously and went inside Cave of Origins immediately after that. I rushed through Cave of Origins and made it to the very bottom. I equipped the magma suit straight away and Maxie said that I need to go on Groudon's back. Being a brave boy I am, I jumped towards Groudon's back. Groudon is taking me to a place with lava, crystals, fire, all that good stuff. I immediately took off the magma suit and I challenged Groudon to a battle. I sent in Crystal up first and Groudon's faster and a lava plume does some good damage to Crystal and burn it. Big Dum Dum Me tries to use Surf the next turn, which obviously didn't affect because of Groudon's ability. One Earthquake from Groudon takes out Crystal. I used Icy Wind the next turn, which does decent damage to Groudon and lowers its speed. I used Icy Wind the next turn, which takes Groudon to under half health, and attacking back with Earthquake does loads of damage to Lassie. I used Icy Wind again and almost knocked it out, and Groudon used Rest the next turn, which restores its health. I used Icy Wind the next turn, decreasing its speed, and Hail the next turn, which was a bit of a mistake, and Ice Fang the next turn, which does nothing to Groudon. Lassie gets taken out by one Lava Plume the next turn. I used Flare the next turn and using a Lava Plume does decent damage, which I'm surprised, and gets taken out by one Earthquake the next turn. I switched to Sylvia the next turn and using a Moonblast does decent damage and a Lava Plume does good damage to Sylvia. Groudon is taken out by one more Moonblast the next turn. Finally, we stopped the madness of this region. This Groudon fight was a tough one, not gonna lie, and we saved the Hoenn region. The sun finally fades and Hoenn is back to normal. First, I went to the Pokemon Center to heal my Pokemon, then I can take on the gym. It took me a while to figure out the gym puzzle, but we are finally here. It's gym leader time and Wallace sends out Lufdisk and I sent in Speedy. Lufdisk is easily taken out by one discharge, leading to his second Pokemon. I used Dive the first turn, which does decent damage, and attacking back with Earthquake does some good damage to Crystal. One Surf is needed to destroy his Whiscash. The next Pokemon sent out is Celio, and I used Thunder the first turn, which obviously missed, and attacking back with Waterfall does no damage to Speedy. Speedy used Thunder and hits this time, which does some good damage and paralyzes Celio. Using Encore the next turn is annoying, so I prayed that Thunder wouldn't miss. Luckily, Thunder lands and takes out Celio. Next Pokemon sent in is Milotic, and one discharge takes it low, and luckily Milotic misses the Hydro Pump. Big Dum me used Strength the next turn, which leads to Recover. Doesn't heal it all the way, and one more discharge takes out Milotic. Seeking is next, and one discharge takes it out. There is the Rain Badge. For an extra, Wallace gave me HM Waterfall. I finally got 8 badges and can challenge the Pokemon League. But first, I need to heal my Pokemons in the Pokemon Center into Topless. After that, I rushed through Route 126 and Route 127 and made it to Evergrande City. With that out of the way, I rushed through Victory Road and finally made it out. After I'm out, I'd have to battle Wally to get to the Pokemon League. The first Pokemon he sent out is Altaria, and I sent in Sylvia, and 2 Draining Kisses killed Altaria. Next Pokemon sent out is Magneton, and I sent in Flare. One Flare Blitz should have KO'd it, but cause of Sturdy it lived and Flare faints the next turn. Lazzy sent in next, and one Ice Fang takes it out. Next is Roselia, and Lazzy missed 2 Blizzards, and Roselia used Toxic to poison Lazly. The next hits and takes out Roselia in one hit. Next is Delcatty, and 2 double kicks takes it out. Next is Mega Gallade, and Sylvia doesn't care, and 1 Moonblast takes it out. And we finally beaten Wally. Finally, we've arrived in the Pokemon League. I healed my Pokemons first, then I bought some items for the battle against Elite Four and the Champion. Let's get started, shall we? I challenged Sydney first, cause that's the order. He sends out my Tiana first, and I sent in Sylvia. I used Misty Terrain on my first turn, and my Tiana used Swagger. Sylvia used Moonblast, which destroys my Tiana, and Sharpedo is next. I switched to Speedy, and a lucky critical hit from Discharge takes it out. Shrifty is next, and I sent in Flare. Shrifty used Fake Out, which flinched me, and 1 Lava Plume is needed to destroy it. Absol is next, and a Slash did a good amount of damage to Sylvia, and 1 Moonblast is needed to take it out. Cacturn is next, and I sent in Flare. Flare is actually faster for once, and 1 Lava Plume takes out Cacturn. That's 1 Elite Four down. Next, I challenged Elite Four Phoebe to a battle with her Ghost-type Pokemons. Knowing her Dusclops is going to use Curse, I lead with Sylvia and use Misty Terrain. 1 Moonblast destroys Dusclops in 1 hit. Bayonet is next, and Black is faster for once, and 1 Feint Attack takes it out in just 1 hit. Sableye is next, and 1 Draining Kiss from Sylvia takes it out. Bayonet is next, and 1 Feint Attack did not KO the Bayonet, leading to a full restore. 2 more Feint Attacks, and we took down Bayonet. Dusknoir is next, and 1 Feint Attack does decent damage, and attacking back with Fire Punch does no damage to Black. 2 more Feint Attacks, and we take out Dusknoir. That's 2 Elite Fours down. Next, I challenged Glacia. Glalie is sent out first, and I sent in Flare. 1 Lava Plume takes Glalie to red health and burned it, leading to a full restore. 2 Lava Plume takes Glalie out. Hail actually takes Flare to 1 HP, so I switched to Speedy for Walrein. 1 Discharge did a good amount of damage, and Walrein used Blizzard next turn that did a good amount of damage to Speedy. 1 Double Kick and 1 Discharge is enough to take out Walrein. Frostlass is next, and I sent in Black, and 2 Feint Attacks takes it out. Frostlass is next, and I stayed Black in for the fight. Frostlass used Blizzard and takes Black to 1 HP, and Black used Feint Attack the second turn that does a good amount of damage. Black is taken out the next turn by Hail. I sent in Sylvia next, and Sylvia actually tanked the Blizzard really well, and 1 Draining Kiss takes it out. Glalie is next, and I sent in Flare. I was expecting Flare to be faster, but Glalie is faster and takes down Flare with 1 Ice Shard. I sent in Crystal next, and 2 Surfs take it out. That's 3 Elite Fours down, and just 1 more to go. I did not heal because I know Lazzy and Sylvia can take care of this easily. It's time to take on the last Elite Four. Altaria is sent out first, and a 4-time super effective Blizzard takes it out. Flygon is next, and Lazzy actually survived the Flamethrower, and a 4-time super effective Blizzard takes it out. Next is Flygon, and one flamethrower takes out Lassie. I have a backup plan for this, and Sylvia actually survived an earthquake, and one draining kiss did a good amount of damage, leading to a full restore. 2 more draining kisses and we take it out. Kingdra is next, and I keep the trend of kissing Pokemon to death, and we take it out with 2 more draining kisses. Kingdra used Yawn before, so Sylvia is asleep. I switched to Crystal for Salamence. Salamence used Dragon Rush the first turn, which did a good amount of damage, and a Surf did decent damage, I'd say. Salamence used Dragon Rush the next turn, and thankfully it missed, and a Surf takes Salamence under half health. I forgot that Crystal had an Ice move, and gets taken out the next turn. I sent in Speedy, and one discharge is enough to take it out. And we beaten all of the Elite Four. Next is the champion, and I obviously need to heal. Not gonna lie, Steven was quite a strong trainer, and I obviously lost the first round against him. I knew I would have to change the strategy to beat him, and here we go. My only strategy in this champion battle is to save Flare and Black for Steven's Metagross. So I sent in Speedy up first against Steven's Skarmory. I expected this to be a one-hit KO with Thunder, but it obviously missed, and Skarmory used Spike the next turn, which is very annoying. One discharge does a good amount of damage and paralyzed Skarmory, leading to a full restore. 2 more discharge and we take out Skarmory. Next is Aggron, and I switch to Crystal. One Surf is supposed to KO Aggron, but Sturdy made it lift, and a Stone Edge did a good amount of damage to Crystal. 1 more Surf and we take it out. Credilli is next, and I forgot that Crystal had an Ice type move again and used Surf on the first turn. Credilli used Confuse Ray the next turn, and obviously Crystal hits herself in Confusion the next turn, and 1 Giga Drain takes out Crystal. I choose Lassie up next, and Blizzard missed the first turn, and 1 Ancient Power does a good amount of damage to Lassie. 1 Blizzard didn't KO it, and Lassie is taken out the next turn with Ancient Power. I choose Sylvia up next, and Steven used a full restore. 2 Moonblast almost takes it out, and a return Sludge Bomb did little damage, which I'm surprised, and 1 Draining Kiss takes it out. Armaldo is next, and 1 Discharge does decent damage, and a return X-Scissor does some good damage to Speedy. 1 Discharge takes Armaldo to yellow health, and Speedy is taken out the next turn. I sent in Sylvia next, and 1 Draining Kiss takes it out. I used my last Draining Kiss on Claydol, which does decent damage, I'd say, and Claydol used Light Screen the next turn. 1 critical hit Moonblast takes Claydol all the way to red health, and attacking back with Earth Power does little damage to Sylvia. 1 more Moonblast and we take out Claydol. Next, Steven sends out his Ace Metagross, and I sent in Flare. Metagross then Mega Evolve, and of course we are outsped, and 1 Giga Impact takes out Flare. Metagross needs to recharge the next turn, and 1 Shadow Ball does nothing to Metagross. Next, Metagross used Bullet Punch, which Black tanks really well, and 1 Shadow Ball does a good amount of damage. Metagross used Giga Impact the next turn, and luckily it missed, and 1 Feint Attack takes Metagross to yellow health. 1 Giga Impact takes out Black the next turn. We finish the battle with 1 last and final Moonblast from Sylvia. And there we go, we beat Pokemon Omega Ruby with Eeveelutions only. But before I end the video, I will show you the Hall of Fame. Yeah, there we go. That actually looks really good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I also would like to say happy birthday to PayKM150, the creator of the Eeveelution Squad comic. If you don't know who PayKM150 is, try reading the Eeveelution Squad comic. It's a really nice comic and you won't regret reading it. I put a lot of effort to make this video, so it would be nice if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.